truck is finally here. Going down to unload it. Beautiful. Well, it is quite a cold day today. I think it's in the 30s. It might be warmer than that now, but I'm freezing. Yeah, so the truck's here. So what we got to do is try to get it started. It turned over. It's just, you know, one jump box is not enough to get a diesel started. So we got Ben coming over when the transport guy moves and hook the cables up and see if she fires. Here goes our buddy. That guy is so cool. Come on, Benny boy. Ben, I'm cold. Oh, I'm Floridian. I literally woke up and ran out here. It's like 40 degrees and I'm cold. I can't handle this kind of cold. Yeah, we unload them over here across the street because getting in our driveway is a little tricky. Yeah, true. Holy Jesus! Person almost took me out, dude. Yeah, we're gonna let it charge for a minute. I'm gonna turn the jump box off until we're ready to start it. All right, guys, what do you think? You think she's gonna start this time? Maybe the battery terminals are loose. All right. Come on, buddy. Not quite there yet. Needs to charge a little more, apparently. So one thing that sucks about diesels, you really gotta jump them. They're dead, you gotta freaking jump them with your life. Just let it charge somewhere. The battery from Ben's winch off his trailer, put that in here. Now we've got my jumper cables, which seem to work a little better than the ones we had for a second, like a minute or two, and then try to fire her. Cop went by, didn't even ask us if we needed help, dude. What a jerk. What a jerk, man. But yeah, anyway. Hopefully once we get it started, it's smooth sailing. The guy said it started and it drove and stuff, so freaking drive it up. It does have very bent tie rod. I don't know if you can see that. And drag link. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it till we get it up there and then I'll show you the whole shebang.
A couple rigs out here posted up.
Just a couple white work trucks, dude. Just a couple work trucks chilling, working in our work trucks. You're filming it, it won't start, but we need starter fluid or something. I have given up officially on pulling this thing, or starting this thing. So now Ben is pulling me back a good bit so we can get a nice, clean running start. That should be good there, I would think. Freaking cars passing by. I tripped over the strap. Landed on the concrete like an idiot. This is busy, man. There's a lot of people running by. Missed it, then just went off-roading. Okay, I gotta hook it up this way again. We were trying to go, we were too far forward, and we tried to go, and it just, all right, that's good. It just didn't have the traction to pull us and corner us at the same time. So we're gonna try this again with a better straight running start. Whenever you're ready, give me a thumbs up out.
Like a decent break.
Yeah, just give me a thumbs up out the window. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. We're good. We got it. We got it! Woo! Left. Bogging. Oh man, are we gonna make it up? He's got a bog hard, man. Cletus would be proud. Oh God, oh God. Come on, baby! Oh, that's it. That's all she wrote. Should I hook to you?
We're gonna team pull it.
That's what I was gonna say.
That shit was wild.
Dude, I was like, oh, he's bogging deep, dude.
Like he's doing a roll and burn out like up the driveway.
Yeah, we almost made it. I mean, we made it across the road. That's the important part.
Yeah, I was worried we were gonna get stuck.
Yeah, in the middle of the road. That's what happened the last time.
Yeah.
You guys didn't see that part, but we got stuck in the middle of the road. Ben was in the middle of the road, had nowhere to back up because my truck was partway in the road. What a mess, dude. Why couldn't you just start? All right, so we got Ben's truck, we got my truck. We're gonna team tow this thing up. I'm gonna set you guys on the truck that the engine's going in from that truck. So you should get a nice view of us successing or failing. Wish us luck. One Chevy ain't enough, just get 2 of them. Dude, that worked great.
No, that was sick, dude.
Twice the traction, twice the power. We were ripping.
We got a four-wheel drive.
True, that's all we really need right now.
8.5 liter.
Yeah.
Ripper,
Dude, shredder. All right, we got the truck up here now. I can take the batteries out and charge them and mess with it. But man, what a debacle. Starting off strong. I'm gonna pull the batteries out of this thing. I'm gonna try to get it running and driving, and then I'll give you guys a tour of it. Of course, today, of all days, our battery charger broke, so I went and grabbed one of those. But I went ahead and just bought 2 batteries for that truck, because that's the truck we're gonna be building. So I figured I need new batteries for it anyway, because it doesn't have any batteries. Batteries in this truck were toast. You know, it's kind of like, I don't want to do it right now. I'd rather wait till the build's done to throw new batteries in it. But at the same time, I don't plan on the build taking more than a couple months. So, you know, and they were 75 bucks with a 2-year warranty, dude. It's crazy how cheap batteries are at Walmart. Blows my mind. I'm gonna try to start it. I'm gonna prime the fuel system a couple times. I did open the fuel drain and it didn't seem like there was a whole ton coming out. So I have my concerns that it might not be getting fuel. We got a lot more lights this time though. Fired right up, dude. Got oil pressure. Hell yeah, brother. She lives. Yeah, fired right up. Man, I'm so stoked this thing's running and driving solid. It was actually in 4-wheel when I first got it running. I put it back in 2-wheel drive. It's freaking driving great. I mean, we've only gone around the yard, but we'll take it on the street just to kind of see how it does. But anyway, now that we got it running, let's go through it. Let's check it out. This is an 05 Dodge Ram 2500. 4-wheel drive, 5.9 Cummins in it, 240,000 miles. So I was looking for one of these trucks for a while because I needed the engine and a lot of other stuff like the harness and ECU, etc., to go into this truck. So I bought this truck for $6 grand. It's a 09 F350. It's got a blown motor. I bought it with a blown motor, but it's cool because it's got all the options. It's 4-wheel drive. It's, you know, it's pretty much exactly what I wanted, and it was a solid deal. I was finding them for like 8 to 10 grand out of state, which just like to me was too much to pay for a blown up truck. And then this one was $6 grand and in Florida. It worked out perfect. But I mean, this thing's pretty cool because it's got, you know, all the options. It's got the nice center console setup. It's got a sunroof. It's got power folding mirror, AC controls on the steering wheel, like all the little luxury trinkets that you want in like a nice luxury modern truck. So basically, for those of you who don't know, the plan is to take this Cummins engine and put it in there because these engines are notoriously unreliable, but the transmissions are stout, the chassis are stout. These engines are notoriously reliable, but the transmissions aren't stout and the chassis aren't stout. So we're gonna combine the two. So that's basically the rundown of that truck and why we bought it. I have another video showing a lot more detail on this truck and everything about it and how we got it and all that stuff, which I'll link below. But for now, for this video, we're gonna focus on the new truck. I had kind of the same issue when I was looking for this truck. So it took me forever to find this truck. Took me forever to find this truck. So, you know, I was trying to be patient, but I was kind of tired of it, man. I was like, I really want to just do this. I want to get a truck and get going on this build, and I just can't find anything. And then this truck popped up, cheapest one I had found, and it was in Florida, and it had all the options I wanted in the color I wanted. So, you know, being patient definitely paid off on that, and I feel like it paid off on this. You know, I don't want to speak too soon, but basically same kind of concept with this truck. I was looking at the auctions, looking like all the time, multiple days a week, trying to see what was coming up and waiting for stuff to go through auction. And there was nothing that really fit the bill right, because if I get one that's super smashed, I can't move it around. I don't have a skid steer or forklift or anything. So So I needed to get one that kind of was drivable, but also wasn't super nice and easy to fix, because then they were going for, you know, 10 grand or whatever. Literally just went on, it was like, there's an auction today, checked, oh cool, this thing's going through the lineup, says it runs and drives, 240,000 miles, a little higher than I want, but I've been searching for a truck for 2 months, you know, like, whatever, I'm gonna bid on it. And I expected to spend probably 4,500, 5 grand, and that was gonna be my cap. And we got it for $33.50, which is awesome. You know, with fees and everything and shipping, it ended up being around 4 grand, but still, I paid less for this truck, the whole thing, running and driving, than I was finding freaking engines for. So I was looking for an engine because I couldn't find a parts truck, and I really didn't want to do it this way, because since we're swapping the engine out of a Dodge into a Ford, we need a lot of this stuff. So when you buy an engine from a salvage yard, they just sell you like the engine. They take anything off of it that can sell, and you're supposed to reuse that, you know, from your truck. But if you're not putting it back in one of these trucks where you have all this stuff, you need all this stuff. So I was emailing every salvage yard, you know, within 400 or 500 miles, seeing if they had anything, if they had this stuff together to where I could just buy all the stuff, the engine, the wiring harness, the ECU, all that stuff. And the closest thing I found, the dude wanted 7 grand for kind of the whole shebang, the engine with all the stuff still on it, sensors, etc., wiring harness, ECU, and got the truck for $33.50. So, and you know, to me, I was just like, man, I can't justify that. You know, I know I can get a truck cheaper than that. So I'm really, really glad that I went on Copart that day. This truck was for sale, that we bidded on it and we got it, because it's definitely the way to go. So obviously the plan is pull everything we need off of it, and then we can sell whatever else. You know, I don't plan to go too crazy and sell every last little piece off it, because I don't really have time. But you know, if I just sell the big ticket items, I'm hoping to recoup a good bit of my money. I mean, I should be able to at least get $1 grand or 2 back. You know, if I could pay for the whole thing by selling the parts off this, that would be awesome. But I'm not even gonna be that optimistic. I would just like to get $1 grand or 2 back, and then be about 2 grand into the engines with everything, wiring harness, ECU, and all the stuff we need. So anyway, yeah. So that is why I bought this truck. It is kind of a shame. I'll give you guys a tour around the truck now. It is kind of a shame that we're gonna be pulling it apart. I'm obviously way more excited to have the engine in this, but like, if I was gonna buy one of these trucks again, this is pretty much what I want. It's a crew cab short bed, 4-wheel drive with a manual transfer case. The body itself is clean, no rust, no major dents or dings. The interior, super clean. Like, besides where all of these Dodges, the seats are destroyed, other than that, you know, the interior is in really, really good shape. Everything works, the key fob works, the freaking lights work, the vents work. I mean, look at this. Oh, it's unlock. Like, yeah, it does feel a little bit wrong that we're gonna be pulling this thing apart, but it is for a good cause, so, you know, it's one of those things. So it's got a bunch of body parts in the bed. We got a bumper and stuff. We do have a gooseneck ball. I can tow my trailer with it if I wanted to. Wonder if the tailgate works. Oh, it works. I thought it was gonna come crashing down. We're missing the strap on this side. I wonder if it's got the spot for the safety chains. There's the fender. You can see that thing's pretty freaking mangled in the fender liner. But yeah, so that's it. That is my first truck that I bought at auction, sight unseen. You know, and I was a little nervous because my roommate Ben buys a lot of cars at auction. And I mean, he bought one, a Z, not too long ago. Said it ran and drove. Motor had no compression on any cylinder. None. You hear it crank over, it's like, we compression tested it, none. You know, so I was a little concerned about that, which is why I went ahead and bit the bullet and got some batteries and got it started, because I want to go through the truck, kind of test everything and make sure it's solid. That way there's no surprises when we're swapping it into there. That's the other nice thing about buying a parts truck like this, is we can really drive it around, kind of test the engine out and see what, if anything, needs to be replaced. And then that way we're not tearing it back apart once we've got it all together in this truck. So yeah, that being said, I guess let's go take this thing for a rip. Probably gonna be the sketchiest non-registered drive we've done, I would say, because the truck's you know, a little worse for wear. But I want to make sure the engine works, and I want to make sure that the trans and everything works, so, you know, I can sell that in good faith, knowing, you know, I drove it around and went through all the gears, it's good, and, you know, just check over anything else I can that I might be selling off the truck. So let's go drive it. The seat is seemingly stuck in the upright position. Make sure the hood's shut decently. Buckle up for safety. very straight. Oh man, it's a little sketch. Just too, with the alignment so bad, it wanders really bad. I mean, which you would expect, but it's, you know, I don't want to drive it any further than that. It feels about right though for a bone stock truck. So, you know, one thing that I just did, a little test. From what I understand, basically, this can show if you have a sticking injector or an injector that's going out. Basically, rev it up, hold it at RPM, see if it's kind of shaky, and then if it should fall down evenly. But watch what happens here. So it's a little like missy, and then I'm off the gas. Like it catches coming back to idle, which from what I understand, that's a bad injector. So I mean, it's good. Exactly why it's nice to be able to have the truck and drive around and test it and see exactly what's wrong with it, if anything, and see what we need to replace. So now, you know, I can look into getting the injectors rebuilt while I have the motor out. You know, it's not a big deal as opposed to doing it down the road once it's already in that truck. So I'd like to, you know, try to figure out all the issues and get everything sorted. So we start with that truck and don't have to do too much. I mean, we'll have bugs to work out, but you know, hopefully we won't be fixing a bad engine. We at least know it runs good, makes good oil pressure, isn't overheating. I'm super happy with the truck. Because I was expecting either way to do head studs, head gasket, and an injector rebuild. So as long as nothing other than that is amiss and wrong, I'm in good shape. But yeah, that's that. So I'm super stoked. We finally have the parts truck, which means we finally have the engine and the other parts we need to do the swap. I mean, we're ready. We also have all of our stuff from DCS, so Diesel Conversion Specialists. They're the ones who make the swap kit. They also make, you know, like we could do a 12 valve in this truck, or we could do the common rail engine in like an older 7.3 truck. They make a ton of different swap components, and they make, you know, entire swap kits. So we got the entire swap kit from them. The only thing we don't have is basically what we have to do is take the engine harness out of this truck, the engine harness out of this truck, send both of those to them, and they will do a merge service. So basically that engine and that engine harness communicates with this chassis and this chassis harness. So basically everything's cohesive. The engine communicates with the truck communicates with the engine. But yeah, so that's the first thing we need to do. We need to get both those harnesses out, get them in the mail to them so they can start working on them. And while they're working on those, you know, we'll be tearing both these trucks apart, getting the drivetrain out of that truck, getting the drivetrain out of this truck, getting the Cummins bolted in and all that stuff. So harnesses will be back, and yeah, I don't know. I think we can get through this pretty quickly. I really do have faith that we can blast through it. The biggest hangup will be if we find out last minute there's a part we need and we have to wait for it and whatnot. So I'm gonna try really hard to make sure that I have everything ordered that we need, and anytime something comes up, you know, that we get it as quick as possible. But I really think we're gonna fly through this. So give this video a thumbs up if you're as hyped on this build as I am. I am so excited to get this truck done and get it on the road. It's gonna be a blast. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. I will see you next time. Goodbye.